Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Saray and I share lifestyle content that focuses on planning, budgeting, organization, and lifestyle. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about setting goals for the second half of 2024. So I'm currently in the process of moving into my new 6-month planner, this one right here, which is a 6-month planner because it is a daily planner. The pages are pretty thick, so a whole annual planner of daily pages would be a pretty large book, as well as the fact that they also split their weekend pages, like Saturday and Sundays are separate. So having all in one, it would be kind of big. So what they do is that they divide it into 2 books, 6 months each. And I have the academic planner, which starts from July all the way through June of next year, instead of using a calendar year planner, which is from January to December. I just prefer it that way. Typically, new planner season starts like for the academic year, like that's when the new designs come out. So I'm a total nerd for planners, so I decided to kind of go with that cadence for planning, but it's definitely up to you depending on how your life works. So I'm in the 6 months planner and I have started to move into my planner. And the other reason why I really love the 6 months planner is because it gives me an opportunity to set goals for the year 6 months at a time. Or rather, it allows me to set new goals every 6 months, which I love. And that's another reminder, if you haven't set goals in the past or you're thinking about setting goals, don't let January 1st be what keeps you from setting goals. Today is as good a day as ever to set new goals for yourself. So definitely don't wait for that time, for that perfect time, for a Monday, for the start of a new month or the start of the new year to start setting yourself up for success. You can do so today. So hopefully you'll join me in this video and start thinking about what are some of the goals that you want to set up for yourself, because I promise you, when you write them down, those goals are definitely more likely to get accomplished, which in turn makes us feel so much better about ourselves, our lives, and all the things that we can do, and just builds our confidence. And I'm all about that. And maybe you were like me, that you were a little bit afraid to write down goals, because if you wrote them down, that means that you actually had to do something about it. That's something that I struggle with for a long time, but I just decided that, you know what is the worst that can happen if I do write them down is that I don't accomplish them. Well, if I don't write them down, maybe I don't accomplish them either. So I'm setting myself up for a better likelihood of me accomplishing them in the long term. And even if we make a little bit of progress, maybe we don't accomplish the entire goal by the date that we decided to do it, because life happens, that doesn't matter. You have still moved forward a little bit towards your goal, and that's really what's important, really, that progress. And progress is almost just as good. The other reason why today is a special video is because I am partnering with Pilot to help you set up goals. Maybe my goal process will inspire you to set up your own, and that's what I'm here for. So I am going to be using a brand new pack. We're going to unbox this one together. How exciting is that? We're going to be unboxing this pack of Pilot FriXion erasable highlighters to set up goals. You guys know that these are my favorites. If you've been around for a while, if you are new here, these are my favorite. Be sure to check these out. They're awesome. They're erasable. They give you so much flexibility when you are planning, budgeting, setting up goals, doing meal planning, all kinds of things. I use these every single day for multiple things, and it was time for a fresh pack. Grab yourself a pair of Pilot FriXion erasable highlighters and come join me to set up some goals for the rest of 2024. To set up my goals, I'm using these 6 boxes that are located in the front of my planner so that I'm able to reference them every single month and make sure that I'm staying on track. I think this is a great space for me to capture what I'm trying to accomplish in the next 6 months. Nothing like breaking into a brand new pack of the Pilot FriXion erasable highlighters. I mean, they have that brand new smell. But I digress. Let's stay focused. Since I have 6 boxes here, I have boiled it down into 6 goal categories that I'm looking to focus on for the next 6 months. Typically, I might have a few more goals that I want to focus on, but I'm trying to also simplify it and keep it in a more realistic way so that I know I'm able to accomplish it by the end of the year, or if not, get pretty close. For my main writing tool, I'm using the Pilot FriXion Synergy Clicker in 0.5. This is my everyday pen. It is also erasable, and that is perfect for goal setting because in case things change or I need to adjust things a little bit, or I need to refine my goals a little bit more as the months go on, I am confident that I can do so without messing up my beautiful layout that I hope they will be a beautiful layout by the time I'm done with this. So I definitely can't recommend the Pilot erasable collection, the FriXion erasable collection enough, because it just gives you so much flexibility, as I've mentioned before. And I also will be using this stencil for a little bit extra decoration. I love this banner here to set up the header for each of my categories. So let's get started with setting things up. All right, so this is real life planning. So as I was putting in the colors, I realized that this is not the color scheme that I want to keep. I organized my markers in the rainbow colorway, and I realized that that's maybe what I want to do. So no worries. You see, with the Pilot erasable feature, Pilot FriXion erasable feature, you are able to just erase, and it's like it didn't even happen on the page, and you can start over again. And now I can just create my actual color scheme, how I actually want my color scheme to look like. So, all right, let's try it again. Take 2. Okay, so I'm just gonna color in my banners so that I have a nice solid banner design. Next, I'm going to go in with the stencil, and I'm just going to do an offset outline here just for a little extra pizzazz. And then I'm going to be using my Pilot FriXion Synergy Clicker to do that outline. I messed up a tiny bit right here in this little edge, but that's okay because I can just go ahead and erase it. I'm going to color it in with my pink, and it's fixed. And then I can definitely add a little bit of a line over it just to make sure that it looks good. There we go. And that's it. But I do want to add a little bit of shadowing just for a little extra something. So I'm using the Pilot FriXion Erasable, the fine liner, and I love these to add because it's more like a fine tip, fine liner, fine tip pen marker style, just to give it a little bit more depth. So that's what I'm going to do around these banners. And then for my actual headers, I'm going to use the Precise V5. So this is also from Pilot, and I'm just using this one for the headers. So let's see which categories I want to make which. So this will not be in any particular order. I'm just going to assign them based on the color that I think best resonates with the specific category. So for the red one, I'm going to use it as my career and education. First, I just associate career education with red. Orange will be personal and development. This yellow, I'm going to assign it to home and family. Green, of course, that's going to be finances. Blue, that will be for health and wellness, but I'll just write here health. And then for pink, that's actually going to be my social media, my Saray Bailey focus. So I love how this looks so good. Oh my goodness, I love it. So one of the things I really love about these highlighters is that they have the chisel tip, so you can make as thick or as fine of a line as you would want. But my favorite part of this is that I can use it to create check boxes without having to stencil out anything. Just like that. So I'm going to write out the main goal, and then any subsequent goals or the actions that I need to take to accomplish that goal, I will list them out below as well. But I just want to start with what the main goal is and then figure out my specific steps. And I love that these colors are pastel as well, so it just fits. It just fits. It hits all of the buckets. It checks all the boxes. Okay, so for career and education, the first thing that I want to focus on this year is to either obtain my PMP certification for project management or continue some sort of coursework there. My ultimate goal will be to get my certification, but for now, I'm just going to list that I want to accomplish my PMP. Hopefully that happens this year. But if not, I can certainly keep this as a main goal to focus on what activities I can do to further my education around that. And I sort of already started this process too, but that's the goal. So let's write it down. So this is a pretty specific goal, and I'm going to list the subsequent activities that I need to do in order to get there. But as you can see, I have like a time assigned to this in order for me to achieve it. But now I have to list out what are those things that are going to be. But I'm gonna get to that in just a second. For personal and development, this one's a little bit tougher to measure in terms of what I want to focus on. But the main thing, there's a few things that I want to do here, but the main thing that I want to focus on for personal and development is focusing on speaking up a little bit more. If you follow the Enneagram personality and things like that, I'm an Enneagram 9 with, I'm a 9 with the wing 1. And my tendency is to not share my opinions on things. I definitely have a lot of opinions, but I don't typically share them or speak out as much as I would like to, or not speak out, but rather speak up as much as I would like to, because a lot of times I feel like people don't necessarily want to hear what I have to say, even though I know that's just my own personal things that I need to work through, because what I have to say is valuable and important. So I just need to kind of get out of my head with that. I know it's a little bit deeper than than other goals, but that one is definitely something that I definitely want to work on. So I'm going to simplify it by saying speak up and share more often my own opinions. So as I mentioned, this one's a little bit tougher to measure, so it's something more of a reminder that I want to write myself and I want to practice every day. But I also, along with that, to help me with building my confidence up around speaking up and sharing my thoughts and opinions, I want to develop myself and read more around the subject. So I'm going to include here reading, personal development reading. All right, so we're gonna move on to home and family. For this one, it's my constant focus to create a cozy environment and an area that I feel really good in. So that's going to be my focus for the second half. I've already made a lot of progress in this area, but I want to continue to build on that. And that is creating a cozy and functional environment. And this one will be decluttering and simplifying. For finances, it's getting back on track with finances. Definitely have quite a few financial goals to accomplish. And the first one is to get back to sinking funds and have fully funded sinking funds and savings. I may not be able to reach this by the end of the year, but I definitely want to make a pretty good dent on that. Overall, I just want to have more control over the finances, and I guess getting back into my cash budgeting. Moving on to health. This one's a little bit more measurable. So I have a big goal to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. And for this one, I do want to write some specific steps to help me get there, or more like behavior things that I want to focus on. So that would be have more consistent physical activity. I'm looking at an average of 3 times per week. And then I want to eat more fruits and veggies. So eat 2 servings of fruit servings of veggies per day. So have a consistent work with that. And then I also want to maybe limit my Diet Coke addiction. I don't know how much I can commit to this just yet, but maybe I commit to like just having 2 cans a day instead of maybe 3. Although I don't think I do 3 now. So maybe just limiting to 1 a day. So 1 per day. We're getting there. And then for my final goal, which is around my social media, is to continue my consistency. I think I have a really good rhythm so far. I've had a pretty great streak of 3 months straight sharing content, and I want to continue that because I absolutely love to do it. And I just want to share the things that are going on in my life, what I'm doing. And I think when I focused on doing that, it made it a lot easier. And my life, it's all around, you know, kind of self-improvement. I'm always on the quest of how can I do more? How can I be more productive? How can I really make the most of the time that I have in order to accomplish our goals? And that's what I love to share. And I feel like I've gotten a really good rhythm with that. So I definitely want to be more consistent. Now, am I that consistent across all my channels? Probably not. I definitely want to focus more on, increase the focus on YouTube and be able to manage that as well. So I'm going to write down the consistency across all of my platforms. And I also want to partner with at least 2 new brands. And then I do have a dollar goal to generate for extra income to help with our finances goals as well for social media. So I will include that here. I'm not going to put a specific number, but I know what it is. All right, so these are my goals for the rest of 2024. I am pretty excited about these. I know that sometimes I feel like they're a lot, sometimes I feel like it's not enough. And I know that there is more specific things that I can include here, and I will. I'm actually going to be adding some sticky notes later with some specific things that I can do. So for example, I already have my study plan for my PMP certification. I have it written down. I just want to add some specific dates, like what specific modules I want to take in the month of July, in the month of August, etc. And then I also want to write down which books I want to read for personal development, do a little bit of research on that. And then I'm going to add more specifics around the finances, maybe, you know, also maybe including my savings tracker with a specific dollar amount. For example, like I have my car, for instance, that's already been paid for, but I know that eventually I will need a new car. That car is not going to last me my entire life. I wish that it would, but it's not. So I need to set up a specific dollar amount for those savings. So more details to come for this these goals for myself. And I will add, you know, I will make them into SMART goals. So when you're setting goals, you want to make sure that they are specific, that they are measurable. So, you know, the dollar amount, or, you know, obtaining the PMP certification by a specific time frame, so that they are time bound and all of those things. So you want to make sure that you are incorporating those components in your goal setting so that you're more likely to stick with them. But I think this is a great start and a great reference page for me to look back to each month, each week that I'm planning, and making sure that I'm moving forward towards those goals. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that it inspired you to create your own goals. Thank you so much, Pilot Pen, for partnering with me and allowing the opportunity for me to share my goal setting process for the rest of the year and share these awesome tools that come in so handy for all types of things that we're doing every single day. Again, you guys, let me know if you have any comments or questions down below. If you're interested in checking out the Pilot FriXion collection of writing tools, I'll be sure to link them down below for you. As always, thank you so much for your support. Without you, none of this would be possible, and I thank you and love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you have an amazing second half of 2024, and I cannot wait to hear about all of your success. Bye-bye.